Page 4. Panel. We only have 4 panels on the page. Jim getting his bike from the front yard. Start pedaling. So kind of picking his bike up off the grass and starting off. And then the second one is riding past several trailers, sort of seeing the other people in the trailer park.
All right, cool. So we have 4 panels. These are all just pretty, in my mind, just wide shots?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Do equal weight, or do any in your mind have more importance?
I don't think so. I think we're just getting, like, ultimately, I think it's kind of like, if we want to kind of show in the next issue things falling a bit to shit, then reusing some of these shots would be good to kind of show the difference between this, like the last normal day.
It's cool. Seth and I work at the same place, so we're at the office today. We got amazing graffiti artist Daniel here.
I wouldn't say amazing.
He humble too.
Full package.
So what are you doing here?
What do I call it if I'm live drawing but am not doing it live? It's like SNL.
Live now.
It's like SNL, right?
Yeah. It's like the digital shorts, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
So we basically got 4 panels.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Seth, since we don't have the script this time, we can. Well, you kind of read them out already, but there's basically just 4 wide shots on this one, so it's a pretty easy one to at least get going for thumbnails. The whole goal right now is like we're trying to knock out all 24 thumbnails, but ideally I gotta hit like 2 a day. So by late end of next week, I can start doing roughs, which still wouldn't be the final, but then I feel pretty confident that I could do most of the roughs in one style and slowly start getting them to Sam, who's doing our coloring. So, because it's releasing in what?
Early October.
Yeah, maybe
we need to get to the printer by mid-September.
Maybe you can run through our deadline and let them know how much we've messed up in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we typically end up putting off this process knowing that we need it for. We typically we've finished issue 2 and issue 3 in time for that year's staple, which is typically the beginning of September. So we usually put it off until like July, and then go into like a crazy frenzy mode to get it ready, or like late June, and then go into a crazy frenzy mode to get it ready for early September, which means it goes to the printer by mid to early August. And I think we did that. We did that on 2, even though we were working with a colorist in Brazil, but she was turning around stuff crazy fast.
Yeah, she was a pro.
Yeah, which was awesome. And then last time around was Sam's first time coloring, and we definitely put a lot of pressure on him to get that stuff out so we could get it turned around fast, but he knocked it out. We were hoping that we could maybe not do that again this time, but I procrastinated on the script, and then we just fell into the same trap that we always do. But this time at least, staple is pushed to beginning of October, so it doesn't conflict with the Small Press Expo in Maryland, which is like the big one in the country. So we got a little more time this time around, but not much, because we want to give Sam more time than he had last time.
What's up? We got Desiree and David in the room too.
Yeah, I wanted to see this art show.
Art show.
For panel 1, do you want him looking back or just like looking ahead to the future?
Ahead.
So we're back on the front of the house now.
Yep.
I won't do a profile. Just do him kind of like getting on the bike, and I guess just kind of
have it behind him.
Yeah, just sort of behind him.
Just leaving all that nonsense.
Maybe what would be cool. We
could even throw some lines coming out the back of it.
Yeah, I was thinking that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Forgot what the front of the house looked like, but it's in the last issue, so I'll just go pull it out.
So yeah, it's an issue 2.
I think as long as we're cool with the layout. So yeah, we'll do that. What else is new, y'all? Daniel, you doing any graffiti?
I did a little piece yesterday. I felt inspired after Audrey said that Sam thought I was a pretty cool wild style artist. I felt pretty gassed up. I'm not gonna lie. It was like
Got your ego going.
it was my version of felt cute. My delete.
Yeah. Yes.
And, yeah.
What is
just
it like
did a
to
little
have
piece.
talent?
Yeah.
What must that be like?
I'm also interested in that.
How does short deadlines come through? Does it come through in how you do things, Kevs? Do you do less detail, more detail? Does it make you worry about stuff?
I mean, stress. There was like a last issue. I was coming home and I'm putting in like 4 hours a night. Once I'm doing the finals, it takes 8 to 12 hours to do a page, and so I was like, I had to tell Lacey. Seth had to like back me up that this was a temporary, really intense schedule. But yeah, it's basically.
You had to tell Lacey you're married to your drawings now.
At least for a while.
For the next week or two.
Yeah.
I'm having an affair with my drawings.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough. So I'm definitely trying to avoid that. And then it really was like our colorist Sam. Like I was just getting him all the pages, and just being like, "Can you turn these around in like 4 hours?" At that point, you know,
Yeah.
like we were
Or
just
like you were flatting them,
yeah.
trying to flat them for him so he would be able to adjust the colors quicker.
And then for like those who don't know, like flatting is really you just go in and you do a solid color inside every line,
So
and
it's
then
easily selectable. So you
Yeah.
can just change it to whatever you want.
so, which you know, this time around we used Clip Studio, which has a really nice auto flatting. It can like cut it down from like an hour to 5 minutes, so
Nice.
that's super helpful.
Per page.
Yeah, yeah. Because you could just lasso areas and it'll figure out an autofill them even if like you haven't fully connected the lines, and you can just like go in and fill in colors.
Are you just reading the text of the script and drawing based on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Had you seen that text before?
He's read it at least once before.
Oh, okay. This is crazy.
For panel 2, are you cool just sort of like I don't know, a Wes Anderson shot, like okay,
Yep.
and then
Eyebrow.
oh yeah.
So many influences.
How much shorthand is there between you two?
A lot.
Because that seems pretty specific.
A lot.
It's a very popular subreddit.
Yeah. What accidental
That's it.
listen
Yeah.
Wes Anderson. Center shots.
I think I mean I won't worry too much with the thumbnail.
Yeah.
You
that,
just-
that shot's kind of all about the detail in it.
You described
However
it pretty
much detail
well,
you
as long
wanna
as
do
you're
with it.
okay that like this sort of is going to take up this over here and I'll keep them on this focus line over
Yep.
here.
Yep.
I don't know if it's weird that, and I'll try to maybe play with the focus lines down
Where
the
it kinda
page.
comes, yeah. Maybe
And
kind of
then
move him too.
I'm drawing it for anyone watching,
Yeah.
but like there's kind of some visual cues on the templates we use, and then it's sort of a nice trick that if you put stuff on these lines, it'll sort of be a little more visually pleasing.
The way your eye travels down the page.
Let's see. So for panel 3, ahead of him, C-Kit, jumping rope. I think, you know, in that one you specifically said ahead, so like, I think we can mix that up here, if it lets me. So we can do the same shot. Basically just same panel size, same distance of camera and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then I probably won't bother. Kid jump roping, guy working on his car. Yeah, these are all well described. So
It's just a nice trailer park.
yeah. Again,
It's the
my
last normal day that he will have. Last
That's
normal
interesting you
morning.
said to camera, like where the camera would be in this scenario. I hadn't even considered comic books being like
Yeah, that's
a
what's
camera
interesting.
shot.
That's what's interesting about the scripts, right? Because like you're basically having to describe every shot.
Wow.
So you have to visualize how that page is going
Yeah.
to flow.
Yeah. It's like
and
storyboarding
and you
very
have to
much.
know where the page turns are too.
Hmm.
So you have your cliffhangers on your right pages. So when you turn the page, you have reveals.
There's even more skill to this than
It's just,
I.
those are just things you just have to take into account. So
Is
like,
it common for the writer to do that, or
Mhm.
the artist? Okay.
yeah. And then it's kind of up to that relationship between the artist
Right.
and the writer as to like how far you go with that,
Mhm.
and how much you want to give them the ability to do whatever they want to do.
So you're saying Kevin doesn't understand cameras?
We've had a lot of discussions about the 180 rule.
Right. I didn't know you could break the 180 rule in a comic book.
Oh,
I
you
guess
absolutely
can.
can. It'll be people will be like, wait a minute, I thought they were over there. What's going on here?
For panel 4, I was thinking like we started with looking at him, but he was looking away, and then 2 sides, and then on this one it could be more on the left side, and he's looking away, turning on to the highway.
Yeah, I mean we can
And you
also
sorta-
look at in 2 when he was coming in. I don't know if we want
Oh,
to do
like
anything with
redoing
that,
that scene.
like him coming out this way. I don't know if we want to do something with it, but we have that kind of references. We've seen the sign before.
Yeah, we had a similar shot. Was it episode 2
Yeah, shoot too.
or issue 2? See, I even talking. Yeah, that'd be good. I think I'd like to get sort of like a long shot, and so you kind of see down the highway and maybe see where he's off going, and maybe get that same but flip it.
Yeah, so it's
So you're
behind,
kinda-
he's coming this way.
Yeah, or like this is where the desert sign now is,
Yeah.
and then I can put him back over here. And then you sort of get that he's leaving. Like,
Yeah.
then it's sort of metaphorically behind him and physically. I think that'd just be cool to see. And then we're like leaving it with him.
That's a cool pan shot.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a drone shot, you know.
That's the thing about like when you're writing it. Like I'm seeing it play out, but then you have to like find those like points, like where are the snapshots
Right,
in that
to
movement
convey that.
that would like convey what you want it to convey.
I might want to, on this first panel, like to kind of have it like that, have him on this side and the house over here. And so,
I wonder. So if this is,
but
like,
he's then looking like off camera to the left or something.
under 2. I have his bike there at the end of 2.
Okay.
It's propped up against the front of the house on the right
So
side.
I'll just make a note, maybe flip. All right, cool. So yeah, like again for thumbnailing, we're just trying to both agree on camera shots and like placement
Composition.
and panel size and stuff. So that's our main goal right now.
And we'll like on occasion like more additional things will come out of it. Like us I'll have to like come up with these 2 lines up here, or we could even break out some of the lines from the previous page to fill those bubbles.
Yeah.
Because like his grandfather and mother are arguing in the back of the trailer, which we left on the previous page. But like last night when we were doing page 3, I think what was that? That page was, I had written it as a 5-panel page and it ended up being an 8-panel page.
Yeah.
Lot
Just
going
through our
on.
discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna see because it's really noisy right now.
Yeah.
But these are way heavier lines, and the final will be
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
3 to 4 times thicker.
Is that
which,
crackers?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's crackers.
it's crackers.
Are we getting a crackers origin story?
You're getting some more information about crackers.
Yeah, you're getting more background for sure. So, yeah. All right, cool. So, if we want, we could knock out the next one.
The next one's 6.
All right.
Yeah, I should probably get going too.
All right, later. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you for showing me your process.
Jim bikes along the busy highway. Large tractor trailers and cars pass him. Jim bikes into the parking. I guess that is a question of like, do we want to move anything from 3? Because 3 was so busy, and this is like 2 full pages of pretty much biking.
Yeah, well, the first two panels are. I mean, it does kind of give like that. It kind of lets it relax a little bit after the busyness of that start.
Yeah.
Because like that opening, those first 2 pages is like there's a crazy amount of information and dialogue going on, and then it just kind of gives like a little decompression time for like that next page, and then the top of that side. But if we wanted to, we could compress like those 2 panels in here if we wanted to make those any smaller. So we just like limit the biking to like page 4 and have him like into the flea market for page 5. I don't know.
I do like him leaving Desert Flower on that page. I guess you could say like.
I mean, we also don't necessarily need the highway shot. Like we could cut that panel too.
I think you could probably cut panel 2
in the parking lot.
On the left page, like seeing the old man with the family. Like you could capture the whole biking in like 2 and 3 are just very similar. But like as far as like in new information they're giving, they're just 2 different beats of the same moment.
Yeah.
So I guess you could cut that down and bring Desert Flower up. If you wanted to, it might make sense now too, reading this and looking back on issue 2 where the panels were. The camera work we had on the page prior had
Which one?
the one I'm
Yeah. Page 3.
because like he would actually I had him drawing and walking around, but I think I'm gonna draw it on this so people can see since how we're doing the drawing today with Procreate. Like I would almost then like if this had been the square. This is the full panel. Like get a sense of the house, the side of the house here, or maybe even more. I know, I need to draw it out a little bit for you. Like this was the porch they were arguing on.
Mm-hmm.
So like here's grandpa, the mom in the shot. And then you could almost, this is the side of the house they're starting to come around because his bike's going to be here. So he'd actually probably be walking this way instead of all the way around the other way.
Yeah.
So we could just, I think that might be a little clearer too, because then we jump back to where he was and you reestablish where the hole was, where Crackers was too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can kind of just, they can still be doing that same arguing, but then you can be sort of just.
Yeah.
That just might be a clear for that, how we drew that last panel. And then you could hint at the bike, and then it sort of connects. I'll then redraw.
It's better that he's further along in that one.
Yeah. Because then you get you're like, oh, there's a bike, and then it's clear, like, oh, he's on that bike. And then that's finishing up, and then if we wanted to, if any of that dialogue felt tight, but it could just be more yelling.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do that.
But then I guess here, if we cut one of those, you can move panel 1. Like if we wanted to do the highway, or we wanted to leave the highway, or just coming into the parking lot from off the highway as the last panel of that page. Like if you wanted to condense these 2 and have it be, still keep it as 4 panels, you could either do the highway one as the 4th panel, or we could skip it to this one, to the parking lot. Like him going into the...
I think the parking lot works.
Like I don't know if this one's needed at all.
I think if you really wanted to show he like got farther away, you could somehow show the trailer park in the distance or something. Yeah. But I don't even think. I think we showed he got on the highway. You could even show some of the tractors in this Desert Flower shot, zooming by really fast. So you're like, oh, that's like that. I like that feeling of like you taking your bike out on the highway. You know you shouldn't. Like those cars going 60 and you just don't care. Yeah, I like that.
Living life on the edge.
Living on the edge. This will be interesting on how I edit this together for later, but
You might not need that inset then too if you do that panel that way.
Yeah, I don't think I do need the side inset. I mean, I'll play around.
I mean, because we could always add. You could always add a little one coming out of him as he's walking.
Yeah, you could just straight up have him sign.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that'll be good.
So then cut one of those middle ones.
Yeah, I'll just. I don't know what's up ahead.
And just load up one of those panels with both of those descriptions too.
Yeah, that's what I was
Take
thinking.
pieces of them.
Like he's just in the center.
Yeah.
We'll get both of these in there. I'll clean out that whole thing. And then, yeah. I'm gonna draw this real quick. Let's see. What else is going on? Y'all read any new comics lately? I guess we can't talk spoilers on the show. Already talk Attack on Titan.
I've been reading the Ghost Spider-Gwen stuff with my daughter.
Oh yeah.
And I realized like how little they accomplished in an issue. Like it's like they don't move the story very far. And I guess if you're having to do one a month, then you can't really afford to move it that fast, because then you're gonna like run out of plot.
Oh, that's interesting.
But like the last one, I was kind of like, there wasn't much advancement here, especially like considering they had set up kind of like the big bad the previous issue, that he didn't show up at all in this issue. And I was like, that's weird. All right.
That was kind of something. I had a Batman like monthly subscription for like a year. I had like gotten it as a gift, and it was kind of just difficult because I came in like right at the end of an arc.
Yeah.
So like I got like a piece of that story, and then almost the entire rest of my subscription was just them kind of like setting up this new arc, and it was really slow. It was just like 20 pages every month.
Dang.
It's tough. It's tough to move something like a substantial story forward so quickly.
Yeah.
Like in so few pages.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about that with ours. Our clip is like 24 pages a year,
Yeah.
and so we're gonna be dead before this.
But I will say, I feel like I've heard people that have read the script, like this one moves it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think originally when we had conceived this was 2 issues. And then we're kind of like, I don't know if it's enough for 2. Let's see if we can put them together.
Yeah.
And it's chock full. We get a lot of shit done.
All right, cool. Okay, so now we're moving panel
Take
page
this
5.
one
Jim bikes in the parking lot.
off
Okay.
the highway with the sign for the flea market.
What do you think's a good, like, where should we put the camera? Where should I block out?
I mean, I feel like for you to be able to really see if like the camera was across the road from the flea market, so you get a view of the sign and then like the building in the background, but then you can also add some of those trucks on the highway if you want to add some more of those there. So you kind of just see him either turning in or like it's sort of from behind him, he's already turned in.
So in the panel right before, I had trucks coming in from the right to the left into the distance. Should I do the same, like they're coming in left to the distance, kind of pull you in?
They could go either way. You could do it where like if this was the flea market, we could put the camera over here and let the truck be coming in this way, and have him turned into the road coming in to the building this way.
So like, is it like that's a truck coming
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
way, and then you said he's turning in. Do we want to see his face here, or is he away from us? Or
I don't think so. I mean, like I think like,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we've seen him on the bike enough that you see anybody on the bike, you're gonna assume it's him. Why are you showing me someone else on a bike? Why are you showing me someone else on a bike?
Hey, look at this new dude.
Confusion.
Is there anything that's like I should be doing to set apart these buildings to make them like clearly what? Or early 2000s, late 90s? Where do we?
I don't know. I don't know if we've ever like established a set time period for when this is happening. Like clearly, we haven't seen anybody with a cell phone, which is seemingly a big marker
Yeah,
of some type.
we've had TVs, but they were like tube style.
Yeah, which is hard to say if it's like that's a
Yeah.
economic thing or if that's just a time period thing.
Okay, cool. So I'll just do a long shot. I mean, I can even just have him off the bike entering this place, and like do like the ding of the little bell going off. Or does he go in? I mean, I don't want to.
Well, I'd sort of.
Oh,
pictured
it's an open
the
flea market.
it's the
Yeah.
open flea
Okay,
market.
I got you.
Like 290. It's the 290 flea market.
Yeah, right on.
That's what I'm drawing inspiration from. Which I haven't been to since the fire. So it's been a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still crazy.
I used to get all my bootleg DVDs there,
Yeah.
like all those import ones. Awesome.
All right, I'll redraw. I think though, like this could just really benefit. I want to give this one as much room too, because it's like an establishing shot.
Yeah. That's
So-
where he's going. Like some of those other ones could be a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna review like definitely when I'm doing full panel. The more I can scrunch up some of these other ones, because I'd love to do like a really wide shot.
Yeah, considering that first one could have a few bubbles, that one could probably stay, but those other two you could probably scrunch, especially the leaving or the sign one.
Yeah, I bet I could. I'm gonna review some other comics. I do it a lot, by the way. Like I'll just keep tons of comics around me at home usually, and then be referring to how they all do them. Saga. What was the latest one I really liked? What was the one I showed you? I can't remember the name of it. That magic one with all the purples. That one was really good. I need to look that up. I'll bring that up on the next.
Message about one that you said that I had to read. I don't remember which one it was.
That was the one. I think I'll show it on the next time because I'm drawing a blank. But yeah.
Blackbird.
Yeah, Blackbird. I'll talk more about that one next time. But that one was amazing. Actually, we're at a time for this one, so we'll just call it. We hope get to the.
Yeah, we finished 4 since we moved that panel over.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick up 5 with panel 3 of the script.
Okay, cool. That'll let us
That's
give
where
some
we'll
more
start.
room too to like introduction to characters. Like I love when comics do, even if it's a side character, you just sort of get a big reveal of like a weird looking dude.
Yeah.
Then you can get some detail more on the booth. That's where I think we could really shine to like show like our memories of flea markets, and you like just really do like the spread of like the luchador mask and the DVDs and like everything we always used to buy.
The rodeo DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
Rodeo DVD.
My favorite, there were 2 statues at the 291 that I loved, and one of them was a little chimpanzee. It was a ceramic or like a ceramic chimpanzee. And it was dressed in like a butler outfit, and it was standing holding a tray like this, and I was like, I want to buy that and just put pills in that tray, because what else would you put in that tray? Like it would just be amazing. Here's my monkey butler holding a tray of pills. The other one was 2 children riding on the back of an alligator. And it was enormous, and it was like cement, and it was like as long as this table. And I was like, who would buy this? There's 2 kids like having so much fun on the back of an alligator.
I think that's how we'll end this episode.
Look out for that.